for the man at the bar confessing his sins. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold fruit. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil ain't walking my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. Love keeps knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers for the seeds that I'm sown. They say it gets darker when you're coming on down. Still looking for the right at the end of my wrongs. At the end of my wrongs. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Try to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. It's a little good news. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. All I really need is a little. Something bring me back to the middle. All I really need is a little good news.
Broski got me. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. It's that G. I keep it playing, so I pushed it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posting with my they say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, what's the money grow?
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw on the first play, McCarthy. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Throwing now is Lance. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Walker is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Walker once more. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. Powering his way forward. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Throwing is McCarthy. Open goes Jalen Naylor. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. McCarthy operating from the gun. A check down here to Jones. The Vikings had 3 and 8 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On play action, McCarthy. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. McCarthy off the play fake. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Seahawks very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he will have the Vikings first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
7-7, our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Lance now to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Lance to throw it. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. A give for Walker running right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Calls it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
To throw, it's Lance. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Still fighting for more. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the 1st down or not. You want that.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the sideline he goes.
Whoa,
and he
there.
will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
That's big stuff. That's right.
Jalen Naylor, 73 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
That's your man that up.
Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And just shutting him off there. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Seahawks have moved out in front. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Jefferson going to go in motion right. Here's McCarthy. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Now McCarthy. He gets it to Addison.
Oh, man.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training.
Oh,
so
come on.
Take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Lance going to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Again, it's Lance. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted.
Yeah, that was a good alert. I can't even be mad at him. That was beautiful.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the route, and it turns into a huge play. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Lance looks to throw again. And that is...
Oh, you got to hold on to that one. You got to hold on to that one, Singer.
Could have been a touchdown. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Lance. Able to shake him off. And he wisely will throw that away. Smart move to throw that
on the game. What's up?
Your field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force it right there.
Myers' kick is good.
Okay.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he has
a just let me know.
Year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And
yeah, just tell her to let me know. She got my number. Tell her to let me know.
Come out to the 30.
Oh, sorry. She put me out here. Yeah, post up I want something.
All right.
He's so tall, he look just like Meech.
Aww.
Male version of Meech.
A final shot before break. McCarthy is going to go for a big
no, he's still here.
field.
I know.
Incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain.
I think his mama said practice or something.
After the break.
Where did my little girl at? Did you see her driving yesterday?
Uh-huh.
Some of cheese. Cheese. I said, ooh, she's something else. I think my fat daddy got jealous.
Yeah. You know they get jealous.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
You know my kids get jelly.
Yeah, I could have
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football.
You know my
first
kids
as
want
the
to feel
second half is
special like
underway.
everybody else.
And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line.
And he drove it there, and he drove it
Coming
back
to the
home.
line here.
Oh, he drove it there and back?
The Seahawks
Yeah.
offense.
Oh, snap.
Both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has somewhat assigned to it. How did each play work? Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
You know how.
From the gun, Lance.
Okay. They failed 3
throwing left
they
side here, and it's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got
be going to the meetings.
He also picks up a first down.
Gotta go to the meetings.
Hello. Devontae said he be at work, so.
Lance looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he
gotta go to the meetings.
Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he returns this to the 22. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy rolling to his right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Escaping the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Jones. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 3rd and 4 now. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On play action, now McCarthy. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison, 34 yards. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And that will be Incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Throwing now is Lance. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Lance. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
That's
and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Ooh,
Exactly.
that could have been done.
For one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Fights off the tackle at the 20. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And how he got away from that first tackler, no idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them a possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Throwing is McCarthy. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting back.
And he will be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. How about this? They'll change it at the line. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from the 20.
That's cool.
And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will make this a 4-point game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Working from the gun, Lance. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Seahawks use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A big play looming on 3rd down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Here's a give up the middle. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
At the Seahawks 15-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's throwing it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Will Waker on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me.
Jesus.
That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
What?
Incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Clock at 30 seconds. 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Myers connects on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a...
Broken glass of a bottle makes a Jagger rock. Right now I got two shaky hands, only one way to start. And I haven't touched it for 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly up, already wanna quit quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was. Never thought I'd say this. Hello, my name's Jason. And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winner's tree.